To say GM has a lot riding on the Volt is both a bad pun and a big understatement. GM says this electric car is designed to lead the company into its second century. If it is to have a second century, that is.
So we're driving electric.
But when GM invited reporters to experience the Volt, what we actually drove was the Volt technology stuck into a conventional car called the Chevy Cruze. The real Volt that looks like this is not yet ready.
Now tell me why we are being shown this now before you actually have that model.
So you mean the real design and the real exterior of the car?
Well, yes. The rush to showcase the technology was clearly designed to generate publicity for the car and public support for the federal money GM needs to stay afloat. Besides,
what makes the technology so significant is actually what is under the skin.
And what is under the skin is a 6-foot-long battery that you can recharge every night by plugging into your garage socket. Battery power takes the Volt 40 miles, and since most Americans drive less than 40 miles a day, GM says the Volt will use 0 gasoline and produce 0 emissions. When the charge wears off, an onboard gas tank can power the car and extend the trip to 400 miles, addressing what's known in the trade as range anxiety.
The current Prius doesn't deliver that. The current Honda doesn't deliver that. So they are trying to leapfrog the competition.
This is a livable vehicle. It's not a golf cart or whatever. This is something people could buy in quantity.
Totally.
Particularly if we can get the cost down.
Perhaps way down, because the sticker price will be about $40,000 for what GM calls a spunky car that can go from 0 to 60 in less than 9 seconds. The Volt is due in showrooms by the end of next year, which is itself a show of optimism about GM's future. But there's a problem. Sales of existing hybrids have been plummeting for months because the price of gasoline has dropped. And if that consumer attitude holds, it could mean that General Motors will be bringing out the right car at the wrong time. Dean Reynolds, CBS News, Milford, Michigan.